Good morning, Eamon from Ashdown Farm over here in Navan on a Saturday morning or Saturday at lunchtime, just after having a nice sandwich and a nice glass of water up there in a lovely restaurant. And just thinking of the last video that I put up on relationships and in connection with working and building up new relationships outside of work and after work in a different area. There's probably 3 or 4 different types of relationships we have in our lives. We have relationships with our workers and then our colleagues in organizations. We have relationships with our family, and I suppose then the relationship we'll be speaking about in the next video is a relationship with your partner or a boyfriend or girlfriend or husband or wife or whatever that may be. But today we want to speak about relationships with your families, particularly if you have been married or whether you're married or not and you have grown up children at this stage. If you're retired and you become grandparents, which is a beautiful blessing and a very nice thing to become grandparents, and it's very important to be part, if you can, be part of their lives. And if you're lucky enough to be living near them and you're able to visit them, it's absolutely brilliant. But if they're out of the country, with all the new types of technology now with Skype and various different FaceTiming people now, it's much easier to keep in contact than waiting like before for a letter or a card or a few photographs to come in the post. Now you can be in daily contact with them with your smartphone, which is very good. The area I see, and speaking to some grandparents, that they end up probably being the minder or the carers of the children if the parents are working. And if they like that, it's great, it's very enjoyable, but it can be very demanding and it can take up a lot of your time. And you need to be careful that you don't become very much that your children are kind of uses you as a babysitting facility. It's grand to babysit them and grand to mind them. We mind our little Keelan on a Friday morning. Mary had him for an hour or two this morning when Cheryl wanted to do some shopping and that, and Kenneth was busy on the farm, and that's absolutely beautiful. But it's very important that you have very clear lines. If you become babysitter or the minder or the childcare person, if the parents are working, when the parents are working, that you have very strict boundaries, that they're collected at the same time or in around the same time it should be collected, and they're left off, and that if something happens that they need to stay because some emergency at work or they have to do some extra shopping or something like that, that's fair enough, but certainly not be used and abused by your children, because you have to have a life outside. Remember, you've reared your own children, and it's nice to have a bit of time to tour, to visit, to take up new hobbies, to do something that you want, to go walk and look after your own health. So what I'm very much saying in this video, that you need to be very clear. It's absolutely brilliant to have them. Don't get me wrong that I'm saying not to mind them. God no. What I'm saying is that you need to have strict guidelines and make sure that you have time to do all the things you want to do yourself. Eamon here from Navan on this beautiful Saturday after a couple very wet days here in October, signing off. Enjoy your weekend, get out and about, and make sure you have a good relationship with your family, and don't jeopardize it, but don't be taken for granted. Eamon from Ashdown Farm, thanks for all the support. Signing off here.